Hello, Karolina Kurkova.
Hi.
Welcome. If you want to interview me, you're very welcome. But I'm
we
not
can
sure.
interview each other.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice to be interviewed by a woman.
It's nice to have a working, crazily, a beautiful and busy woman here to talk to.
Thank you.
So you've been with the IWC family for quite a while. Tell us, how did that actually begin?
Not that long.
Okay,
not that old. No, but
how did it start? How did the family relationship start?
How did it start? It started in New York. It was a New York affair. I met George in New York, but it was not an affair between me and George. No, we don't want to start rumors here. But it was kind of, you know, a little affair in a sense. That's where we met for the first time in New York. And I remember a friend who was in a PR role told me, oh, you should go to the store opening of IWC. It's a wonderful brand from Europe, and there's so much history, and you're really going to love the CEO, George Curran. So I did go, and I met George, and, you know, how can you not fall in love with George? George is bigger than life. He is creative. He is smart. He loves movies. He loves art. He loves, you know, beautiful things. He's also a good businessman. Obviously, he's doing a really good job with IWC, you know, being one of the top luxury brands. And that's kind of where it started. So it was very organic, very authentic. We met, we talked, and I believe everything the brand believes and stands for. So I think there's a lot of synergy.
So talking about family, so you're a working mum right now, working really hard, and you have a new young baby.
Yes.
How is that working out for you? I'm sure you're managing it brilliantly, but
Well,
what have been some of the
trying.
challenges for you?
So my second boy is 2 months old, and he's actually here in the hotel. I was just, you know, doing the feeding. I know it's almost TMI, but you know, it's important for an infant to be fed. So I am the source of feeding right now, and you know, it's beautiful, and I'm really fortunate I get to do that and have that moment in time with my baby. And I'm glad that he's here with me, and then I'm also glad that I'm able to be here because he is 2 months old. And you know, when they said, oh, do you think you can try to be in Geneva for SIHH? And I said, you know, that was before I had the baby. I'm thinking, yeah, 2 months, you know, it should be fine. Like, I'll do it. I'll come for 2 days. I'll leave him at home. I go in and out. I mean, for a day, because it's really today, you know, it's the full day. And then I could leave. But, you know, then I had the baby. I'm breastfeeding. You know, you have the baby and it's so little. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, am I like going to really Geneva in 2 months? Like in 2 months, where he's 2 months? So we got to bring him, and so he's here with us. He's the youngest IWC member, and he's here. He's doing amazing, and you know, supporting me. I'm able to be here because it's always wonderful to see all the ambassadors and friends of the brand and see what they create each year. It's always a new line that they're kind of really focusing on, and everything is design around it. So there's always a story. It's almost like you walk into a movie set,
right.
You know, you're being transported into a different time, a different place. So it's kind of exciting. Yeah. And that's what I love about my work. Also being in front of camera, you're always being transported into these different characters, and you know, you have to tell a story, but it's a silent movie story. You don't get to talk, you get to really do it with your expressions and your body language and the way you made up and your hair, makeup and your clothes and the lighting, and then it's really about the little subtlety of different changes that you do. And
you've been transformed in so many different guises and so many different roles. What have been some of the real highlights for you as a model in shoots that you've done where you just were able to play such a different character from your normal life?
So I get to play a lot of different characters. I've been Marilyn Monroe, I've been Brigitte Bardot, I've been Sophia Loren, you know, I've been Raquel Welch, I've been Marilyn Manson. Believe it or not, this blonde, light eyes girl was a Marilyn Manson. I had black and white eyes. I had like full white makeup all over my body. I had the black hair. I had like this wig. I mean, they completely transformed me. It was amazing. I loved it. People thought I was Marilyn Manson. I'll walk around the studio, I'd be like, hi. You know, I had kind of lowered my voice. And people would be like, why is Marilyn Manson saying hi to me? Like, I don't know him. Amazing. And so, you know, that's really the fun part of my job. I really get to play all these different characters. And that's what I love about my job. You know, I don't want to be always just pretty and normal or natural. It's fun to be something completely different or something crazy. I played even a crazy, insane German nurse, you know. So I played some twisted things. I mean, I keep saying playing like if I'm acting, but I am. I'm acting in front of camera.
Yeah.
So that excites me. You know, I love working with new people, new energy, new take on photography and fashion. And when I work, I'm very involved. So I'm not just in front of the camera, but I love being behind the scenes too, really figuring out, okay, what are we wearing? What's the hair makeup gonna be like? What's the mood? What's the music like? You know, anything that will really transport me and inspire me. You were asking me different things on my career. You know, everything I do every day is exciting day. You know, you never know what it's gonna be like, who you're working with. You might be working with people you've worked with for a long time, or new people. So it's always kind of changing, and it's exciting. And then you as a person, you constantly are changing. So you always have something else to share, to give. You know, you have different life experiences that kind of change the way you move, the way you express yourself.
And with that sharing, I was going to ask you about social media. So you've worked in the modeling industry kind of pre and post the internet phase. You have great followings on social media. How does it feel for you to be able to interact with your fans and interact with them and share what you're doing and share your daily life? I saw something, you have like hashtag House of Kurkova where you're just with your little baby, and I was like, that's so sweet.
Oh yeah, I was like, our house, it's
right,
our,
99,
it's not 9 to 5, it's 9 to 9.
Right. So you enjoy obviously interacting. Do you call them fans? Do you call them followers? What's that relationship like?
How do I call them? I don't even know. I mean, I call them people,
Fans,
humans.
people,
you know, they're people. There are a lot of times also a lot of some of my friends. So it's kind of nice, you know, my friends get to see a little bit where I am, what I'm doing, if I don't have time to see them all the time. Because having 2 kids and career, and also being involved like in my house, believe it or not, I do love to cook. I like to clean. So I'm very involved in my home. Like when I'm at home, you know, I'm just normal woman who likes to be organized and likes to clean and have everything perfect and have good fresh meal on the table. Social media, it's very interesting because even though I'm very young, I do come, you know, I've been doing this 16 years. So I've definitely seen the industry change a lot, not just our industry, but all the industry. So I've kind of been back in a day when it was very old school. We had no social media. We had nowhere to become famous and to be seen or to be discovered or highlighted. It was really about your work, you showing up, having a talent, and, you know, paying your dues, and little by little, you'll win this person over, you do that project leads you to the next project, that project leads you to the, and you gradually kind of grow. I try to be healthy about it. If I'm putting things out there, I try to be inspirational, aspirational, funny, goofy, you know, give a little bit of the different assets of me and who I am and how I live and everything that I like to do and I'm passionate about, but still keep things private. I mean, I don't post like 20 times a day. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would not be present with what I'm doing if I'm constantly posting. Yeah. You know, yeah. I think it's important to have just a little privacy.
Right. Yeah. Feed it gently. And when you're working, when you're flying around the world and being a mum, who's your teacher? Who do you go to for guidance and advice?
I believe you kind of have to become your own teacher and your guide and your guru and your everything. I really do believe that. I think the power comes from within. I think you really have to constantly educate yourself and empower yourself about anything and everything, whether it's your children, your health, your profession, products that you're buying. I mean, that's the way I do it. Yeah, and I think working from such a young age, I kind of had to always do it. You know, I kind of had to look in and look around. I think when you look around, that helps to see what people are doing, and you kind of take from what you think they're doing right. You learn from that and what they're doing wrong. And my mom and my dad were great teachers. You know, they're the one who brought me up and gave me the foundation to who I am.
And are they traveling around with you at times, or are they family puts back at home?
Well, my parents work, so they're back at home, but they come visit whenever they can, or if I'm in Europe, I'll go visit them or we'll meet. So they were there for the birth of my second child, and they're coming back again next month. So I really, now that I'm older, I know how important, you know, family is. And it's interesting, now that I'm a mom for the second time, how much more I appreciate my mom and my dad. Not that I have never, like, I have always appreciated them and loved them, and I'm very close to them. But it's almost like it's coming full back circle, you know, I'm coming like back to them, and, you know, really want them a lot more in my life, and especially have with their grandchildren. And yeah, because before I would be traveling, doing my thing, and been very independent kind of all my life. And it's really nice, you know, having comes like a new relationship with them, and a different level, and also understanding, because it's a parent to parent.
Right. Right.
So I know like what, maybe how they felt, you know, I mean, me working and traveling from such an early age, I can imagine my son, you know, that takes a lot of courage from their side, giving me that support and believing in me, letting me go and fly. Right. And experience.
And you're flying, and congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
My favorite location is
home.
I would never go out without
good attitude.
Life is all about
memories.
I would most like to meet
Gandhi.
I want to spend the most possible time with
family.
If I could turn back time, I would
take more risks.
I can always spare 10 minutes for
more kisses.
The most inspirational thing someone has ever said to me is or that you would say to someone.
Okay, I would say to someone, be your authentic self.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.